These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Militiaman says, I have got a lot of blowback from me using the word imminent. I didn't use those words. That wasn't me talking. It's not me telling you. They are telling us. Militiaman says, references article, quote, Iraq announces its imminent ascension to the World Trade Organization. Militiaman says, I didn't say it other than reiterating what the quote is. They said that. Mark Z via PDK says it's been crazy quiet overnight. I feel like it's the calm before the storm. Pimpy says we know a good sized portion of the infrastructure has already been worked on somehow, some way they did it at an exchange rate of 1310. Claire has an article quote, Saleh confirms Iraq's monetary sovereignty and reduces the effects of speculation in the parallel market. Quote, Saleh noted that this confirms the monetary sovereignty of our country through the stability of the national currency and dealing in it alone without the participation of foreign currencies in internal economic operations. Frank 26, there was a correction to Frank's Dinar live on Forex post from Thomas K. Says when you put USD/IQD on the chart, that was incorrect. The only way the US dollar paired with the Iraqi dinar is this way, USD IQD or IQD USD, whichever way you want to view the numbers, but with no forward slash. Forward slash is another indication for the chart to give you some other data. Don't put a slash between the two Forex symbols. Frank says, this man is correct. I must apologize. Pimby says, I don't want you guys to be discouraged. Iraq has come a long way. You guys know this. I want you guys to want everything to happen overnight. I'm sorry, Pimpy said, I know you guys want everything to happen overnight because you've been waiting such a long time. You've been patient for this long. Just be patient a little longer. We see their foreign reserves are going up. We know there's reforms taking place. We know they've got construction going on. We know they're going to fix their infrastructure. Yes, things are looking very bright for Iraq. Walking Stick Bank Friend number 1 update. He owns 7 banks, 2 in Jordan. He had to put his banks on alert. The alert was, you will be receiving equipment. These machines are for the purpose of counting and sorting the lower notes because the older machines are only for the 3-0 notes. Caparoni, as an IMF report, says Iraq staff concluding statement of the 2024 IMF Article 4 mission, quote, the authorities should therefore seek to enable private sector development, including modernization of the financial sector and restructuring of state-owned banks, pension and electricity sector reforms, and continued efforts to reduce corruption. Caparoni says, I have been stating something similar for years. If the Iraqi dinar is ever going to go up in value, it's going to be as a direct result of Iraq diversifying and growing their economy. Iraq needs to quit stalling, pass legislation to encourage and invite investment into their own country. Mark Z via PDK question, Vietnam has a really low rate and they are in the WTO. Does Iraq have to change the value to be in it? Mark Z says yes, and Vietnam is under pressure as well to change the value of their currency. The US has considered putting them on sanction list for manipulating their currency. Surprisingly, Vietnam was one of the most powerful currencies in the world before the Vietnam War. Iraq has been very upfront. They have made it very clear they want to be the most valuable currency in the world again, like they were in the past. Militiaman says financing a country to rebuild at 1310 is not going to happen. There's not enough money. 90 trillion dinar divided by 1310 is somewhere around $68 billion. Building a country with all its components with that value is probably not going to happen. Can you imagine how much it's going to cost to, at 1310, to build 15 industrial cities? 3 to 4 million houses, infrastructure, roads, sewer systems, water systems, their military, all those things on $68 billion? A militiaman says, I shake my head. Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report, Firefly. Economic experts on television saying Iraq has a lofty exchange rate to uncover. Frank says, do you understand the word lofty? The word lofty means at its highest, at a pinnacle. They are telling you you have an exchange rate they are about to give you that will be lofty for your currency, and for you, that is the opposite of a program rate. Pimpy has a community comment. The IQDs are oil credits. Our currency will go to the banks and then United States Treasury. The U.S. will use the currency to trade with Iraq for oil or other commodities. No, it's not an oil credit. It's just a currency. I've heard that rumor before. It's just a normal currency that Iraq has. Mark Z via PDK says there is a lot of chatter again about the lower denominations at many Iraqi banking locations. They're using cut sheets with samples of LDs, etc. I am trying to find someone over there to send a picture of these cut sheets to us, the sample sheets with lower denoms on it, and I would love to see an official sheet from the CBI. Mountain Goat says, I've come on to and clarify the false rumors about the IQD backside trading that is taking place. There is no backside, backdoor, or trading being conducted on the IQD. Mountain Goat says, if you want to buy it, you can go to the Iraqi Stock Exchange, the ISX, and the rate is the official rate minus the trading of demand curve for the day. So Thursday, the ISX dinar sales closed at 13.09, not $3.09 dinars per one US dollar compared to the CBI official rate of 13.20. End of the rumors, done. Mountain Goat says there is no back office, government, or other side trading before it goes live to the public. Frank26 Firefly says Saleh is on television talking about Iraq's financial situation. He said, we have enough reserves to back a stable exchange rate. Frank says that's the reinstatement of your currency. That's going to be the float eventually, too. Firefly says he says we are capable of many other things besides oil. Our country is powerful, growing, and the world knows it. Frank says, have you noticed the only topic in Iraq is about the exchange rate of new currency that is coming to you? Lastly, Militiaman, Ministerial Council of Economics, Ministry Planning, Industry, Trade, Central Bank of Iraq, Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, advisors, all of those folks that are involved have been knocking it out of the park themselves and showing why they're bringing Iraq to be the financial savior. The world expectations are Iraq is going to be a key component into the global financial system. When they say it's imminent, that's a broadcast to the world.